Hello ladies and gentlemen, in this video we're going to be writing a plugin for Aseprite, and the plugin is going to be a file format which is PAM, Portable Arbitrary Map. It's developed by Netpbm, it's under Netpbm, it's developed by Brian Henderson, apparently. What makes this file format special is that it's very easy to implement, very easy to parse, very easy to decode, and its header is literally this. This is the magic number P7, width, height, depth for each pixel, the maximum value each color R, for example, can have 0 to 255 in this case, inclusive. Tuple type, which is basically the format of the file, the image. Either it's grayscale, RGB, RGBA, and so on and so forth. And the HDR is literally the end of the header. And after that comes the image pixels in binary form. Versions before P7, for example, P6 or P5, you literally put the color by its value, not its binary value. Those are the older ones, but they don't have transparency, but PAM have. And that's what I like to use most. So let's try to implement that in Aseprite. I'm going to put all of this in the description, by the way, so don't worry. We can do this in two different ways in Aseprite. First option is by just writing a plugin. The other option is writing a script. I think there are some differences, but generally, ultimately, they're the same thing. And I already written one, by the way, as you can see. But the script is what you put in here. We don't really gonna go too much into the differences between a script and a plugin. I'm just gonna write a plugin. They're not that different, as far as I can tell, at least. So we're going to be able to put stuff in these menus, and we're going to be able to have a command that says, okay, export PAM like this, and it's going to do that. For example, if you just do this, you can choose a file, you can export it, and it does export it. That's what we're going to be implementing today. So I already implemented, as you can see, but it was on stream, and it is incomplete. It cannot merge, it cannot flatten all of the layers and export that. Anyway, let's go into here. So the hello world of an Aseprite plugin is this two files, basically. You have to create a two file for a plugin, I think. The first is a script Lua. This is what it is. The init is this init callback happens when the plugin is loaded first time, and the exit is plugin unloaded. And the JSON file is basically a metadata where you provide the name and display the author and stuff like that. It's simple. The other thing we have to keep in mind that we have to provide a zip file. And although it is called Aseprite extension, it is a zip file. It's just a zip file, so nothing to worry about. You can just do that by, in Windows at least, going into PowerShell, hello world, and you can just call compress archive, hello world Aseprite extension, the destination path. The force flag is if you already have the zip file, the destination file, just force overwrite it. This is the source, and after its creation, I'm going to open it in Aseprite, so I can just install it directly like this. And as you can see, it says hello world. And when we disable this, it's going to say exit. Let's uninstall this, two of them, by the way. Okay. So that's how you do it. It's that simple. Let's go into POM export. It's basically the same thing. As you can see, we have a source, we have a package.json and MyScript Lua, and in package.json, we have a bit more serious information: the author, license, the name, the display name, and the description, and the script, of course. It's 4 lines of Lua code. It is so simple to do this. It's actually kind of amazing. You can find the API here. What this API doesn't tell you that you can also use the Lua's own standard library. I think something has to be mentioned in there, something like that has to be mentioned, because I was under the impression of that we cannot when I was first starting to write Aseprite plugin, this plugin. So I'm gonna explain this one by one, and after that, we are going to do the merge flattening all of the layers into one and exporting that together. So the first thing you will see is this plugin new command. That basically allows us to put stuff under menu or stuff like that, or under the command list. It's actually called new command, and it's put in under this run command section. You can execute that command under here, but if you want to put it under a menu here, over here, or any other menu, you have to put the group name here. The ID is how you refer to this command in script. Title is the command name you're going to be executing and calling in here. For example, I have to use export PAM like this to execute this command. The group is defined under here. It's defined in here, and you can only put this groups under menus. So let's see if I can find that. Okay. Yeah, main menu. These are the group IDs. So for example, you can put it under file, save, file recently open, file export, and stuff like that. You can put under all of those. If you say, if there's any group here, you can put it under it. That's basically what it means. Okay, so you can put it anywhere, basically. We're going to be putting under file export, and that is, it's here, basically. It's going to be put it under here. And we're going to be calling it export PAM. You can call it like this as well with a space. That's fine as well. Then, when we click on the export PAM option, that's going to be in here, this function is going to be executed. This function is a bit kind of intimidating if you don't know how Lua works, but it's actually very easy. So the act is basically a reference to this active Aseprite file here, the app.site. That's how you refer to this activated, the current Aseprite file. And this is just creating a local reference to it. The local dialog, DLG, is creating a dialog window. What we call dialogs window is, this is a dialog window, for example. It's pop-up. You can think of it like that. And you can chain all of the commands after the dialog, by the way. You can find more information about that in under here, dialog section. Where's dialog? Okay, yeah, here. You can find more information under here, but it's basically a chain of menu items, GUI items. Nothing too special about it. Its title is export PAM, and then we create another GUI item. After that, it's a file. File is the file GUI item is this thing. you can put a name, you can put the file path, you can open here, you can select it, you can have the formats there and stuff like that. And the label is this label. ID is how you refer to this file GUI item in the code, in the Lua code. The file name is the default file name that's going to come up in here. And this is how I get the active file, active Aseprite file, extract just the file name without the extension, then concatenate the PAM extension into it. That's what it's doing it here. The save, this is an option that's you can enable. So it means that you can do a save here. You can open this and do a save. The entry is where you type this thing. You can type here. That's called entry. Entry is also another GUI item in Aseprite, by the way. You can just do entry as well. This is also a valid GUI Aseprite script. The file types you can put there, that's going to be showing up in here. It's going to be a PAM. There's only one. You can put more if you want. For your mom, you can put that as well. But we're not going to put your mom because it's too big. Right. So then we're training a button item with ID of confirm. It's going to have a text called export. So we're kind of mimicking this. That's the idea. And then we're going to be showing all of these GUI items, and the .data is how we can refer to the data, the IDs underneath here. The confirm is literally this data ID. This is a meta programming in Lua. It's kind of actually this all of the IDs. It's written in it's a string literal, but it's turned into a field in the table as well. You can do that in Lua, just directly in Lua, not by extending Lua. It's kind of crazy, but if you know Lua, I think you understand what I mean by this, how this is done. It's actually crazy, but it's very powerful. Anyway, so if dialect.confirm, which basically means if you click on the confirm export button here, then we're going to be popping out an alert, and we're going to make sure our image color mode is RGB because I don't want to support any other one. You can take a look at that more in Aseprite API here. There's also a grayscale and indexed, but we don't care about indexed. We only care about grayscale and RGB, but I don't want to support grayscale at this point, so I don't want to do that. Then we're going to be opening a file. This is how you open a file with write permissions in binary in Lua. This io.open function literally comes from the Lua's own standard library, and you put the output file path and then the mode permissions. W stands for writing, B stands for binary. It's going to open the file in binary mode. Then we're going to write the magic and the header. Nothing here too special. We're going to get the image width, image height like this, and the image bytes is referring to the active image pixels. Basically, it's going to write all of that at once in binary form. So not just like 0, 0. It's not like this kind of thing, like the older PBMs. Like not like some of the things like this. It's quite different in that sense, but it's still simple. So that's all of the functions basically. And yeah, that's literally, this is it. It's this simple, like, and then we can just call cd. Let's go into the POM export and compress. Okay, install this. Okay, and you can see the menu item here. We have an output file. We have a file selector. We can select files. We can see the format that it supports. We can overwrite, export, and its exports, and we can confirm that it is actually did what I asked it to, and it did, as you can see. Now, the only problem with this code is that it doesn't flatten the layers into one thing and export what we actually see. So what I mean by that is, so if I do something, maybe a cross here, something like this. Can I just move this? Why can I not move this? Okay. Okay, thank you. So, for example, the cross. If we export this and take a look at what we exported, we're not going to be able to see it, but as you can see, the width and height is different. It's 9 and 12. We can take a look at it in the actual POM file, view it. We can do that by, I have my own program that can do that. Let's do this like that. All right. Is it good? Okay. Let's open the file. Okay, why is it not compiling? Hopefully it's going to compile today. I mean, okay, yeah. As you can see, there is only cross, not the guy itself. So that's not what we want. So to do this, to flatten all of this, we can do this in Aseprite itself. Flatten. But I want to do this in code, in script. So we know that Aseprite itself can do this. So by that logic, we can do this in code too quite easily. At least we should be able to. And it is under, so in image, we don't have layers, as you can see. There's no layer here. At least that's what I think. Well, it's plain, by the way. I think it's plain. No, that's not okay. There's no layers. Okay. So this is not what we should use. We have a sprite. We can get the sprite. Sprite has all the layers, and it has a function called flatten. Hopefully I can find it and show you that. Flatten. You can call this function and it's going to do what I just did in Aseprite. Now, it also has a ton of other functions and a ton of stuff that you can do. we're not gonna go into those, but because that's really what it's not really what we want, but it's important now. Okay, so we're not going to be using the image. We're going to be using the sprite, and I want to clone this sprite so we don't mess with it, mess with the user's data. Hopefully there is something like clone. To clone the selection. Oh, okay, I can just do other sprite. Okay. We can clone it. Local SPR, I'm just gonna call it like this, act dot, let's call sprite act dot sprite. And that's going to be the active sprite. I'm just gonna call spur color mode. I think it has color mode as well. It does, great. We can just use that. And these are going to be sprite width, sprite height, and this is going to be a bit different. But before we can do this, actually, spur. Is there a bytes function, by the way? I didn't look at that. There is no bytes function. Is there image functionality? Change specification for image, palette, convert, color space, new cell. That's not what we want. It seems like we don't have an image or bytes functionality, but I think we have pixels or something like that. Crop. So sprite is literally a file. The file we open, I think. Because you can close it as well. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think it's literally the file that we open here. And so none of this is what we want actually. We are going to flatten it, but I guess we're just gonna then we're going to be looking at the cell. Because cell is what contains the pixel data in a separate file format. So let's just flatten this thing. But do that after we check it, so you don't have to do more before actually rejecting anything. So we can call the cell. We should have only one cell at this point. Oh no, that's not actually. Is that true actually? It's not actually true, is it? Hmm. So cell is an image, yeah. Cell is an image and it should have the image itself. Yeah, it does. Okay. And yeah, that's what we want. Then when we are flattening it, then we're going to get the cell image, and that's going to be a sprite, and it is cells. Cells, the first one, and then we can do image, and hopefully this is going to be all right. I'm not quite sure, but we'll see, I guess. I reload it, exports, test.pam, and it did open a new one, and it is flattened as you can see. Okay. So what did it do? It's going to be test pam, and it's 32 by 32. Okay. So we did create something. Let's export. Okay, don't save this one. Let's export this the into the game engine here and see if we have the correct thing. And let's see. It's going to recompile because it's embedding the PAM file into the executable, and it is wrong. Oh my god, it is very wrong actually. That doesn't look right. So we have more than one cell apparently. um, is this going to be the active one if we do this, by the way? I have no idea. I'm just hoping that it is. This might be undefined territory. Um, but I mean, it did work. Let's try to do this again and see what we have. Because I'm just hoping that I can just solve this easily like this. Otherwise, it's going to be a kind of pain in the ass. Because how Aseprite file format works. I have I've written a parser for it, and I did do the merging myself. Oh my god, in that part. Oh my god, it's not gonna work. Okay. So I did write an Aseprite parser myself from scratch, and I did do a flatten by myself in that parser, and it is pain in the ass. I hope that it wouldn't be like that. It's like calling this thing. What is this thing? App commands flatten layers. What is that thing? Commands flatten layers into one. Okay, so maybe I shouldn't create a new one. Hmm. Can I do app commands flatten layers? Okay, we call that. And can I then get the image like this? Is that gonna work? So this is not gonna create a new one. Hopefully it won't save it. It crashed, okay. Did it create something by the way? It did crash. Okay, it's failed. Yeah, okay. So we shouldn't use that, apparently. What if I just get the sprite itself? Then what? Export spam. And that crashed it again. So that's not how we do that either. Okay. Maybe not, don't, we do have to create a clone of it. So that's why it's crashing, I think. Um, can I set the active sprite to a spur? And will that work? Did I put something bizarre? Not really. Okay. Install? Yep. And export. Let's see. Attempt to new setters. Okay, so we cannot really do this like that. Do we have an image that we can access? I don't think we do, by the way, because the API doesn't say that we do. Uh, can I? Okay, export. Export. And yeah, we don't have it. Okay. That sucks. Okay, this sucks. So, um, we have a frame object. We don't really care about the frame. We have the layer, and layer has some other stuff in there. Data dataset. Okay, so we have to use the cell. Did I do Lua is one index, right? Not, it's not zero index, right? I don't think I'm making that mistake. I don't think I did that mistake in there, so. But let's see. Oh yeah, it's not zero index. Yeah. So it's going to be one. So we can do something different. By hoping that cells are literally what is selection? Um, Nothing really interesting maybe I want. What is tag? Okay, that's not it. Color properties resize. Save as. Assign set color palette. Okay. Now, okay, if I cannot do this like this, I'm going to be kind of disappointed because we did flatten it. So how many cells does it have after that? It should only have one or two at most, like uh right? Okay, let's do this. Uh, I guess we can do something like this and hope that they are indeed in order. Hopefully it will give us in that order. Because otherwise that's going to be a sucking situation. Attempt to index a nil value as is in 39, line 39. Oh yeah, this is spur. Okay. Install, yes, please. Export. Not that one. Don't save. This is going to be export and export. Okay. Attempt to index a new value in as what? Oh, okay. I didn't change it. Okay. Save, export, hopefully now it's doing a different image. Field image doesn't exist because it is supposed to be image. Why is it? Why did it call it image? Broski, what am I doing? Okay, come on now. So yes, okay, don't save and export. And hopefully this time at least we got something. And export PAM. Let's export this to the engine, the viewer, so we can actually confirm that it did do the export in order and it's not fucked up. It is fucked up, okay. We can do a confirmation where we can just do, I guess, is flatten I would say it's broken, but it's not actually broken. So it's kind of interesting that it's doing it like this. Spur source.len is spur.source. And see what we're gonna get. Otherwise, because I have to do the layer exports separately instead of flattening them while I'm exporting that, which I don't want to do it that way. It's ridiculous. Like, why is there no easy solution that I can just see here? There is only one. So why So there, there is only one? Hmm. Hmm. So I was right in the sense that there should be only one. Okay, local image per cells one image, right? Image bytes is the raw image data, right? So is it because this is 32 by 32, but the actual sprite, actual flattened image we're going to have is 20 by 27 by 30, and that is messing us up. Even though the canvas is 30 by 32, the export may be different. Maybe. I don't think that's it, but uh, it might be just that. Um, it would be weird though. So did export and it did 27 by 30. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that kind of confirms, I think. I think that kind of confirms. Look, look. I think that might be it. So that's kind of bizarre behavior though. I would expect that you would fill those empty pixels, but it doesn't fill them. Yeah, right. Here, there you go. There you go. And it doesn't fill them. Why? Why is it not filling the empty things? Um, Shrink. Removing all empty space. I don't want you to shrink it. Is there an option that says don't shrink this thing? I don't think there is. What is a rectangle? Okay, wait. Maybe this is it. By the way, I need to close the sprite as well. Let's not forget that. Um, so rectangle maybe we can do sprite width and sprite height in here, and that's going to maybe give us the thing that we want. Export export attempt index new little local image. That's bizarre. What happened? Attempt to index a local image. Why is that a local? Huh. That is bizarre. That is bizarre. The rectangle, right? And rectangle is... Oh, the first is X and Y. Oh god, okay. Okay, okay. Is this gonna work? Export. It did successfully, at least. It didn't crash this time. So it is 32 by 32. But is it what we want? Can I... Bro, can I... Okay, hold on. Export... Ham, please. Zig. There you go. Ooh, there you go. Export. Okay. It's successful. We compile the ham viewer and hopefully, well, it is not broken. Can I draw the rectangle of it though? I kind of want to see that. So this is the texture renderer. Border lines is the back. That's fine. We can do something like the X position is going to be... This is just 100 by 100, right? And draw rectangle, lines. Cell size is not it. I'm just gonna paste this. And the color is just going to be... Let's not do a splat, but something like black. Draw rectangle, lines. And I think that's all it is. Yeah, it should be. Let's run it and see what we get as a rectangle. The position is kind of messed up. Yeah, the position, it's kind of hard to see, but the position of it, it's top left. The center is wrong, so we need to fix that. I guess this is just going to be spur X, spur Y, maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing right now. And export ham. Is it gonna crash? It's gonna crash. So that's not it. Okay. It's not intuitive. Cell bounds. Maybe I should have used that. Yeah, maybe I should have used that. Hold on, actually. Cell bounds. Spur cells bounds. And why did I use the sprite thing? I should have used sprite, yeah. Maybe sprite doesn't have... there's a grid bounds. Well, there's a bounds for its sprite. I guess that's fine, yeah. It's just bounds. But there's no position. Is there position? Is there a position? Yeah, there isn't any position, yeah. Okay. But there's bounds. We can use that hopefully. Install, yes, yes. Close this. That's not export ham. Export, and it did do it successfully. So I guess we can now try to export it to the engine. The palm viewer could examples foo. Yes, export. There we go. We compile. It didn't recompile, by the way. Did I export into the wrong thing? Or is it just the same thing? It's probably the same thing. I have a guess. Okay, I may have made a mistake here, by the way, when I was coding the thing, because it is supposed to be top left centered. It is supposed to be a top left centered, but did it? Okay, I can confirm this by printing the app.zip. I guess we can just call spirit bounds. Something like this. And we can try to confirm it like that. Because, I may have made a fucky in the... Oh, it doesn't have a stringify thing. Okay. Position. No. Okay. Topics. Okay. This is going to be width and height. Width. Width. Height. I don't think we need this. Alright. Install. And save. Fine. Where's my tips, Bropski? Okay, so that wasn't that's not. Okay, let's just print that. Oh my god. Come on, broski. Okay. Install. Yes. Export. There we go. Please. X, Y, 0. Okay, so it's not my thing, I guess. It literally put it in the wrong place. It's literally in the wrong place. Now, cells don't really... They do contain the positions. So why... Why is my positioning is wrong? Let's try to do cell position and I think width and height just comes in there. No, maybe. No, it doesn't. Just the position. Then can I just do the okay, so I don't need to provide. I just want to see it. Okay. Export and export. Okay, that seems about right actually. So rectangle position X. Okay, this is going to be position that Y and spur width spur height. I think something like this. I appended the syntax. Alright. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, export it doesn't have complete like that. Okay, so that did do the export successfully apparently. Let's try to do the engine one more time and hopefully, where am I? Okay. Not Ada. Okay, hopefully this will be fine. The positioning seems to be gone into wrong position. It's supposed to be minus, I guess. Because that's not it positioned it, but it positioned it wrong. There you go. Yep, there we go. I don't know if you can see the rectangle line, by the way, but well, it didn't. It's not. It's not resizing. Oh yeah, I didn't handle the resize event right. So if you cannot see it, I will try to make it bigger. Or maybe I can just do it in here. Just do line. Just do rectangle. And maybe that will show it to you. Yeah, there you go. So that's the background. If I didn't do this, by the way, it would be like this. So there you go. Come on, export ham. There we go. Choose path. I should just copy this thingy like that and run this. So yeah, it would look like this if I didn't do that. And when I do it, oh, okay, fucking Windows terminal, Broski. I lost the clipboard thing. Something changed, but export. Yeah, I lost it. Okay. Ah, jeez. Okay, there we go. What the fuck? I hope that's fine. Okay, why are you just taking it out of the tab, bro? I just clicked on it. I didn't even drag it. Windows Terminal, what the fuck are you doing? Why is it so slow? Like, what is it? Okay, fine. There you go. So it was 41 originally, now it's 51. Well, if you just leave these two, and so it's 50 lines of Lua code to do this kind of thing. Yeah, very nice actually, very nice scripting. And you can do even more. You can do image generation if you want to do. If you want to extend this any type, you can extend this in any way you want. Actually, you can have procedural animations by writing code, and you can do interactive stuff as well. You have mouse button events. You have keyboard events. You have keyboard events. You can write a game on. You can write a game in Aseprite. You can write a snake game in Aseprite. In fact, maybe I will do that in a stream later. You can do a lot of stuff. You can do a lot of cool things in Aseprite with scripting. So, but today this is going to be it. I will be. Let's actually commit this entire thing, and I'm just gonna commit everything and git commit. This is the flattened layer. Export. So wait, it didn't do that actually. Okay, and push this. I will drop the thing down below. This is the repo Aseprite export. Weird ass name, I know, but this is the plugin. I think I might improve this later a bit more. Add like selections, add like I guess I want to like choose the layer maybe which you want to export. If you don't choose it, just flatten them and export it like that. Maybe I will do stuff like that, but I'm not sure. I just needed this exporting option from Aseprite, and that's all I really wanted it. So yeah, that's going to be it. I hope you like this video, and if you liked it, please subscribe and like the video down below. And if you want to know more, write down in the comments. If you want me to do something else, write down that in the comments as well. So I guess that's going to be it. I will see you next time. Bye bye.